Good day, learners! Today's video, we will be talking about the grading and reporting system. But before that, I will introduce to you first all the reporters of this video. First reporter is Karen Silva. Second reporter is Jennifer De La Cruz. Third reporter is me, Jimmy Borgeles. And last reporter is May Ampalayu. And now, before we proceed to our topic, I will let you show first the objectives of this module. After studying this video, you will be able to, first, explain the concepts of grade and grading system. Second, you will be able to distinguish the different system of grading and reporting. Third, you will be able to differentiate norm reference grading and criterion reference grading. Fourth, identify the difference in the computation of grades using a averaging method and cumulative method. And lastly, you will be able to explain the guidelines for effective and fair grading.
Purpose of grading and reporting.
The aim of grading and reporting is to provide results of assessment in brief and understandable for varied users. Grading is one of the activities of a classroom teacher to professionally judge the achievements of the students. It is a process of judging the quality of the performance of a student. This involves the collection and evaluation of proofs regarding the performance or achievements of the learners.
Types of grading and reporting systems.
Now, let us know what are the types of grading and reporting system. There are 6 types of grading and reporting system. First, traditional letter grade system. This is often ascribed a qualitative description. In this system, students' performance are summarized by means of letters. Thus, A stands for excellent, B stands for above average, C stands for average, D needing improvement, and F as a failure. This system is easy to understand, but it is limited value, does not accurately reflect a student's performance, and encourages lethargy of students. The second type is pass-fail. Pass-fail utilizes a dichotomous grade system. Either the student has complied and reached certain standards, in which case she or he passes, or she or he failed to do so, and she or he gets a failing mark. This pass-fail system should be kept to a minimum because it does not provide much information and students tend to work to a minimum just to pass. And in mastery learning, no grades are reflected until mastery threshold is reached. Third is checklist of objectives. In this system, the objectives of the course are enumerated. After each objective, the student's level of achievement is indicated as outstanding, very good, good, fair, and poor. This is a very detailed reporting system and tends to be more informative. However, very time-consuming to prepare. Fourth is letters to parents, guardians are useful supplement to grades. However, they are of limited value as sole report. The accounts of weaknesses are often misinterpreted by parents or guardians. Fifth is portfolio. Portfolio are useful for showing students' strengths and weaknesses, illustrating a range of students' work, showing progress over time. And lastly, parent-teacher conferences. This requires that parents of pupils to come for conferences with the teacher to discuss the pupils' progress.
Types of grading system.
And now, let's go to the other types of grading system. There are 2 types of grading system. 1. Norm reference grading system. In this grading system, a student performance is evaluated relative to the performance of other students in the group. The performance of a student will depend on the performance of other students in the class. Norm reference grading system is also known as grading on the curve. The teacher will be the one to set how many % of the students getting high scores be given excellent rating. How many % of the students getting low scores be given failing grade, and how many % of the students for other ratings.
In norm reference grading system, there are advantages and disadvantages. For advantages, first, it works well for the courses with retention policies and it limits only few students to advance to the next level of the course. Second, it is useful if the focus is the individual achievement of the students. Third, the teacher easily identifies learning criteria, the percentage of the student who receive highest grade or the lowest grade. For these advantages, first, the performance of a student is not only determined by his achievement, but also the achievement of other students in the group. Second, it promotes competition among students rather than cooperation. Third, it cannot be used when the class size is smaller. Lastly, not all the students can pass the given subject or course. The last type of grading system is criterion reference grading system. In this type of grading system, the student performance is evaluated against a certain criterion or standard. The student must be a grade higher than or equal to the given standard to pass a certain test. For example, the student must spell 90% of 50 words correctly to pass a spelling test. The criteria or standard is absolute and it's possible that all students may receive the highest possible grade or all of them pass the said test. It is also possible that all the students may receive failing grade if they will not reach the standard. For advantages, first, the performance of the student will not be affected by the performance of whole class. Second, it promotes cooperation among the students. All students may pass the subject or course when they all met the standard set. For these advantages, first, it is difficult to set a reasonable standard if it is not stated in the grading final grade. Second, all students may not pass the subject or course when they do not meet the standard set by the teacher or the institution.
Methods of computing final grade.
And now let's go to the methods of computing the final grade. So there are two types of methods of computing the final grade. First type of method is the averaging method. So in this method, the weights of the grade in each grading period are equal. The formula is, for example, final grade is equals to first grading plus second grading plus third grading plus fourth grading over 4. For example, the final grade is 89 plus 92 plus 94 plus 96 over 4 is equals to the final grade of 92.75. Now for the second type of computing the final grade, it is the cumulative method. So in this method, the second quarter grade has cumulative effect of the first quarter grade. The third quarter grade has cumulative effect of the second quarter grade, or etc. The current performance rating has higher weight than the previous rating. The weights of the present and previous ratings will depend on the policy of the school. Example of a school policy. The sum of 30% of the previous grade and the 70% of the current performance is the quarter grades. So the grade in the fourth quarter is automatic the final grade. For example, to get the quarter or final grade is equals to 30% of the previous grade plus 70% of the present grade. Example given. There is 87 in the second quarter grade and the current grade is 92. Hence, third quarter grade is 30% of 87 plus 70% of 92. Or 0.30 times 87 plus 0.70 times 92 is equals to 26.1 plus 64.4 is equals to the quarter or the final grade is 90.5.
Types of reporting system.
Now, let's go to the types of reporting system. There is no single way of reporting the legal achievement of the students. Different colleges and universities utilize different symbols to describe and report the levels of performance or achievement of the student. This would depend on the grading policies of the instruction. This can be numbers, percentage, letter grade equivalent, and description. The succeeding table presents an examples of reporting grades for tertiary level.
Guidelines for effective grading.
There are 9 guidelines for effective grading. First guideline is describe the grading procedures to students at the beginning of instruction. Second, clarify that the course grade will be based on achievement only. Third, explain how other factors like effort, work habits, and attitude will be reported. Fourth, obtain valid evidences like tests and performances for assigning grades. Fifth, take precautions to prevent cheating on tests and assessment. Sixth, review and return all test results as soon as possible. Seventh, properly weight the various types of achievements included in the grade. 8. Do not lower the grade for tardiness, weak effort, or misbehavior. 9. Be fair and avoid bias. When in doubt, review the evidences. If still in doubt, give the higher grade.
That's all. Thank you for watching. Prepared by Janine M., Gargolas Karen C., Silva Geneval V., Della Cruzme P., Ambalayahan.